Fantastic people for you. You're too much to be a person, you're just a people. Because he's so beautiful, and I love him for so many years. The surprise is here. A young man I watched grow and grow. Like I said, the audience was so beautiful, they had to jump back sometime and kiss yourself and count the blessings and thank God each and every day. It just keep happening. I got a new inspiration, a new motivation because just certain things happen to you, make you feel good. If you will, ladies and gentlemen, very quiet and very humble and very meek and just beautiful and full of talent and just running out of ears. He and his whole family. If you will, let's give another standing ovation for a young man sitting behind you that you have no idea who's in audience. Michael Jackson, move Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. You gotta come up and say something. You gotta come up and say something. Michael Jackson, come on up, man. Come up and say something. You gotta come up and say something. I love you, Gerald. I love you. Oh, right. I love you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't sound quite right. Now let's see what's happening here. Yeah, where we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is War Smith. I want to welcome you to the Black News Network, the real voice of Military City, USA, bringing you the news from a black perspective. That's right, my fans, a black perspective. I do not own the rights to the music, but I do on the rights to what I say. So let's get cracking. The sellout to name brands, and if you really do love America. If you really do love America, y'all. Now, you know this ain't for the black people. If you love America, you love black people because black people built America. Later on in the show, we have a special guest coming on named Mr. Manja from Africa. He had some good information he wants to tell us about our conversation on politics and Donald Trump and narcissistic people. I mean, we do have a few for you, but we want to talk about more especially if you do love America. Now, the worst thing that can happen right now in America is this thing about the critical race theory. What they're telling you, and they're telling me, and they're telling everybody, that if school teachers in Texas teach Black history or teach anything that can make another race feel bad, and you know, when you're talking about this, you're not talking about the Chinese, the Japanese. The main topics are teaching about slavery, teaching about the Holocaust, which wasn't shit compared to the slave plight because we lived it an entire lifespan. and they lived it for a season. We lived it an entire lifespan from A to Z. Everything that happened in our lives for over 40, 50, 60 years was done in slavery. So you can't tell me a 3-year war can compare to 60 years of bondage and beatings by slave masters and being owned by another human being, which at that time, they didn't call us human beings. They didn't want to call us human beings because they felt like we were inferior and we didn't belong to the rest of the world. We just belonged to them. Now, every January 1st is when they would put us on the auction block and they would start to look at us and examine us for sale. Now, if you know history about Black Americans, you know the melatonin in our skin is worth more than gold. And did you know that years ago, and I wouldn't doubt it if it's happening today, that our flesh is valuable to them because some of them eat flesh. Now, this is some heavyweight stuff I'm trying to tell you right now. And when I say it, I don't bite my tongue about it because I mean it. I mean that our people were being burned at the stake. Pieces were being taken off of our people, and pieces were being given to their family members because they wanted the melanin out of our systems. And like I said, melanin is more valuable than gold. Japan and China just admitted that they have cloned human beings. So that means that you can have a double walking around, or they can, I don't know if you've seen the movie Get Out, where they were taking the brains of Black people. No, taking the brains of white people and putting those brains into Black bodies. And now that Black person is now a white person in theory. And that was an entire movie that they did. And it was some scary stuff going on in that movie because they were sending out these pretty little white girls to go and hoodwink and bamboozle some naive Black man that don't understand his culture. And they were taking them to this encampment of these white reservationists. They had the big mansion out on the hill with the golf course on the plantation with them. And then they were taking them and hypnotizing the Black man and then taking his body parts. I don't understand how our American people can think that Black people's lives have not been as important as theirs when we are the ones who have invented 90% of the things that they use here in America. Now, that may not sound real factual to you or to me, or it does to me, but to other people. But I want to tell you something, that in America, if you name it, you can almost rest assured that some Black person invented it, whether it be an African or whether it be a native Black American, it doesn't matter. But someone with melanin in their skin invented it, because this is something that the reason why they want to eat your melanin is because melanin has been proving to enhance the capability of the brain. Melanin has been proving to enhance the capability of the body. Melanin has been improved in our cultures as we go through generations. We're getting better and better and better. But see, just like they do Africa, the only thing that America wants you to see is the people running around living in huts. But in Africa, they live just as good as we live here. We ain't got nothing on them. And to tell the truth, we don't have very much on the world. America has two things going for it that outdoes the rest of the world. One is homelessness. You know, over the last week, I had the opportunity to visit some homeless camps. And believe me, it's unfreaking believable what you see when you go out there and you start talking to the homeless people. It is unbelievable. And the American government walks around and says, yeah, we're going to eradicate homelessness by 2028. You're a goddamn lie. And I ain't ashamed to say it. Because that is not going to happen until you honor your obligation to the black man is to pay us some damn reparations. And if you don't pay us our reparations, you will never, ever be the country that you portray yourself to be. It's not going to happen. You owe us. They don't want you to talk about it. They want to hide your history. They want to bury it in public schools. That's why all black people should be going over to charter schools right now. Screw the public school system because they've been screwing you. All they want you to do is to show up as a black person in public school so they can get that money from the federal government and kick your ass out after you get roll call. That's what they want to do. They don't want to teach you shit. They don't even want you to go in the cafeteria. They don't want you there but one thing, and that's to play sports. They don't teach you shit in public school. Go to a charter school if you're a black person. Now, how hard can it be for you to realize that over the last 60 years that America has screwed up black people when it comes to education? They ain't teaching you shit in public school. And that's a problem, David. You know it, and I know it too. You got to learn. And you ain't going to learn going to public school because they don't like your black ass. Simple as that. And the sooner you admit it and accept the fact that you are an outcast in your own home native land, the better off you will be. They do not like you in America because you are the best thing going for America. And because you are so powerful and so dynamic and you're so smart as black people, they don't want to give you the damn credit. That's why you only see one black person sitting up at the top of any organization built by a white man. And believe it or not, it was not built by the white man. It was built by the black man. But the white man took it like he'd take every damn thing else. You can go back to the 14th, the 13th, the 12th, the 11th century, and you can see how the white man went across the world trying to take people's shit. But just imagine, your home and where you live is your world. And this is where you built your empire. And you built your empire in your home. And now here come Mr. White Man into your country, which is into your home, and telling you, yeah, man, you sure got some good food in there. I'm going to eat at your house today, but tomorrow this part of your house belongs to me. How would you feel if somebody walked in your house and told you, yeah, I like your kitchen, so now it's mine. I like your car, so now it belongs to me. Don't say shit, because if you do, I'm going to send my army over here and kick your ass. And that's what the hell they've been doing for 100, 500,000 years. 1,000 years, the white man have went into your countries, whether you're from America, from Africa, from damn Haiti, from Cuba. And the thing is, they hate Cuba to the bottom of their guts. And they hate them because they can't F with them. They can't touch them. And then Obama came into the White House and gave Cuba some kudos, and the rest of white America went ballistic. Because you've given another country kudos, and they like 90 miles away from Florida, and you got a problem with us recognizing them as an upright standing country. And that brings me back to what they do here in this country. When our black folks think they get a little bit of clout and credibility, They want to forget about other black people that ain't got shit and think that you're better than they are, and you ain't shit either. Because you done fool yourself like them white people like your ass, and they don't. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about your kids. They don't give a shit about you, and they don't give a shit about you being your ancestors being slaves. That's why they don't want shit to be taught in school about you. They want you to be forgotten, black man, black woman, and black child. They don't want you to have nothing here in this country. White people control 98% of the wealth in America. And the wealth equates to property, businesses. Who do you think own these high rises in these damn cities? There's not one black person that you can think of, you and I can think of, that owns a high rise in Chicago. Not one black person. Not one black person that owns a high rise in New York. Not one black person that owns anything significant in America. Even BET, Black Entertainment Television, don't belong to the black folks no damn more. Because money talks and bullshit walks, and they sold that shit to the white man. But see, the white man's smart. He know how to keep y'all niggers interested. He don't change the curriculum of BET no more than what's necessary. He keeps it dumbed down so he can keep y'all dumbed down. Very rarely do people that understand watch BET because it's a white program that puts BET together, a white mentality. And they put it together believing that that's your level of intellectual ability. BET is there to show you your level of intellectual ability. And if that's all you got is BET to enhance you or to teach you, then you got problems, my brother. As you can see, we have a special guest coming up real soon, Mr. Manja. He's from Africa, and he's going to give us his story, and he's going to tell us about his background in politics and how he knows about the American government and how he knows Donald Trump is the best president we ever had. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting topic, and I sure do hope you tune in for it. We're going to get to it in about 10 minutes. For those of you who know Thomas Jefferson, which I'm sure most of you do, Thomas Jefferson said a slave who breeds children every 2 years is more profitable than the hardest working slave on the plantation. Now, who is Thomas Jefferson? I'm going to leave that to you to find out, because Thomas Jefferson said that about y'all niggers, about us niggers. Ain't that some shit? Thomas Jefferson now, he said that, and that's a sad story. We have some black people that are really, really trying to be somebody for us in America, but I'm here to tell you that it's very difficult for me to want to say I will follow this man through hell and high water. Let's go down the list and see who those people are. Martin Luther King Jr.? Hell no. He ain't got nothing on his daddy. It is just like over here on the east side of San Antonio, when you get, I'm going to go in the area that I'm most familiar with, which is owning a nightclub on the east side. You got Nairobi's. Mr. Dixon started that bar. And then when Mr. Dixon passed, his son took it over. And, you know, I say what other people are afraid to say. But tell them, David, you know the deal. Aaron, you know why. DJ is a great man, but he's a shitty goddamn club runner. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's the damn truth. He needs to put some money in that damn place, and people come in there spending their damn hard-earned money, and you want him to change the fucking carpet. Change the carpet. Tighten up the place. Fix all the bathrooms, not just one of them. Put your new pool table in there. Do some nice stuff for the people that spend their money over there all the damn time. Same with the East Bar. I don't know. I think it's closed down now. But because the East Bar opened less than 2 years and had 6 shootings and 1 death. That's a damn shame. That's because no control over the younger generation. And they believe in just shooting the mofo rather than talking about their differences. They don't want to talk it out. They want to just kill somebody and spend the rest of their damn life in jail. They can even get the death penalty. And did you know that this woman that shot, what's her name, Daunte Wright? I'm not sure what the name is, but the kid that had the air freshener hanging from the mirror, this woman got 16 months in jail for killing another man. But there's people black people that got 5 years in jail for voting at the wrong damn voting booth or the voting station. That's how bad America is when it comes to us. And they only do these things to us because they fear us, They really do. They fear us to death. And it's to their detriment because America don't know what the hell it's doing. You got all these white folks up there trying to run a damn country, and Putin got them dangling from strings right now because they don't know what the hell to do about this man over there but call him a maniac. And it's going to be hell to pay if you invade. It's going to be hell to pay. That's all they can say. We're going to put sanctions on your ass if you invade. That's all they can say. Because they can't do shit but talk shit. Now, if you would just give us our reparations, maybe we can help you get through these damn crisis situations without watching you fail all the damn time. When you finally get somebody in the White House that could do a good damn job, you shut down every damn thing that can work for him. And I'm talking about way back in Barack Obama days. You know, Barack Obama ain't did shit for black people. And he ain't did shit for black people because the first time he opened his mouth to do something for black people, the white people will have a damn World War III in America because they don't want to see a black man doing shit for another black man. They want to keep us out here, away from each other and separate. And that's what they've been good at. They have been damn good at keeping us separate because nobody in America wants to see black people work together. And especially when it comes to black men and black American men and Africans. They don't want to see blacks in America and black from Africans work together. So how do they keep that from happening? They show favoritism towards the African and try to keep us pissed off at the Africans, thinking that they think they better than us, or we think they better than them. But the bottom line is the same shit that they always do, separate. Keep black people apart from each other, divide the light skin against the dark skin, the tall against the short, the house Negro against the field Negro, the smart against the dumb, the people with degrees against the ones without degrees. Put them against each other and you can perpetuate this for eternity. And that's what has happened so far. It has happened for a long damn time. Yeah, it is Daunte Wright. The cop got 16 months for thinking that it was a damn taser when she pulled her revolver. And they both on different sides of her utility belt. Do y'all remember James Byrd back in 1998. Back in 1988 is kind of when we started to see all these things that people were doing to our black people, and it just starting to come out with James Byrd when they drugged this black man down the street behind a truck. Black people don't do no shit like that. We don't drag white people down the street behind trucks. We got better compassion to ourselves, for ourselves and our livelihood and our human race than normal. We believe in the human race and they don't. They believe in dominating the human race. And then you see some idiot ass white man walking around with a rebel flag on his shit, talking about my ancestors fought for this flag. Why? You fought to keep slaves, fool. And we know it. We know why you fought for it. Don't be caught dead with a rebel flag on the back of your car. Not even dead. Don't be caught alive with it either. They need to pay us reparations. And I'm going to talk about it from this day forward every damn week. Because until we start to talk about it, it ain't going to damn happen. Black people, talk about reparations every chance you get. Make them nervous that you coming around and that you're going to mention it. Because if we don't talk about it, just like they don't want us to talk about our damn history in public schools, we screwed. We are screwed. We're going to be bringing Lawrence on in about 4 more minutes. But if we don't do it, who going to do it for us? We have to talk about it. It ain't their responsibility to make it happen. It's ours. And the only people, I saw somebody the other day on a TikTok thing saying that black people should not vote. She had that shit wrong as two left shoes. You know, politics is the only thing that's going to change America. If we don't start to practice more and more and more politics, we're going to be cut off. Look at Bexar County, all the district seats, the councilman seats. We no longer occupy a seat in the city council because we are so damn stupid, we'll vote for anybody other than our black people. That's the problem. You vote for anybody other than black. Now, I ain't saying every black person you vote for is the right person. Look at Clarence Thomas with his no good ass. He's in the Supreme Court, and he's the only one. He's the one who made the deciding vote for the state of Alabama to keep the zoning and segregations that they implemented after the last election when Donald Trump got his ass beat and handed to him. And that heifer still ain't damn conceded to the presidency. He's still walking around here thinking he got it. It was stole from him. You ain't never had it. How can you be that damn gullible and that naive to follow a man like that? But yet, some of us say that Donald Trump is our greatest president. He's the man with the plan. And the best thing I think Donald Trump ever did was say that we had fake news, because CNN is a bunch of bull crap, Fox News a bunch of bull crap, CSNBC a bunch of bull crap. All of them is a bunch of bull crap. I was about to mention a list of leaders that I wanted you to consider. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Eric Dyson. I think Eric Dyson is by far on top of his game in America right now. But then you got Tavis Smiley, which I ain't never really liked his philosophy. I kind of liked it, but Tavis Smiley full of shit too. Jesse Jackson, done. Need to sit his ass down and stay at home. Umar Johnson, He got some good points, but he repeat himself too damn much. Um, Roland Martin. I don't know which way Roland Martin is going, but I think Roland Martin is too damn dedicated to his fraternity brothers. Al Sharpton can sit his ass down, keep doing the news, don't come out to nobody else's site for no other reason. And that damn lawyer, that Ben Crump, he's every damn where that there's money. Can you blame him? Hell no. He's an ambulance chaser for the $1 million level. That's what he do. So with that, I'm interested in bringing in Lawrence, Mr. Lawrence Manja, into our show. So I'm going to ask our production assistant to go ahead and add him to our show today so we can get started. And I'll give you a brief introduction. Mr. Lawrence Manja, welcome to.
Hey,
How are you?
thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted you to come in and start talking. Can you give us a little background about yourself?
Yeah, well, my name is Lawrence, and I'm uh, Mr. Warren's son-in-law. Um, I I came to the United States about 18 years ago. Um, I got my education in Zimbabwe and in Germany, and also out here. I initially came here for college, and I'm still here. I'm still working. I have a family here. Um, that's pretty much the basics. Well, I studied like foreign languages, German, in for my bachelor's degree, and then um, I went on and studied public administration and politics at the University of Delaware. I got my master's there from in public administration from the University of Delaware. I got my master's in politics, in political science. I was en route to get my doctorate, but you know um, that chapter hasn't been completed yet. Um, so that's basically it. That's um, the kind of like short version of who I am. I'm very interested in politics, and I mean black politics. I'm not sure if Mr. Warren is still here or I'm still alive.
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. Uh, I like growing up, and even before I came here to the United States, I had so many ideas about like the black experience, because it's never the same. um Zimbabwe, where I come from, was also controlled by it was occupied by like the British, so we didn't gain our independence until 1980. So I mean, the the histories might be a little bit different, but there's a common denominator, a common factor. We there's an experience with kind of like subjugation and all that stuff. um so I mean, m- m- mr uh Mr. Warren here wanted me to just talk briefly about how I see current politics, especially as they affect the black experience, and also like the gift of Donald Trump, just to see. I do feel like, as I said earlier, that he he was a blessing to the black community in just one way, which is the fact that he managed to get people out of where they were hiding. Like you, and there's still people that you that are out there that we're not sure what their political or social thinking is. There's still some, but most people that had ideas about, like, say, like black people, like, the where black people should be, they came out after Donald Trump. They are all emboldened. So because they're emboldened, at least you get to know, your neighbors very well. You get to know the people that you can trust. And when you're creating a community like this one, you also get to know who to trust, when you're engaging with that community. um so I mean, it is important to understand his role, because he hasn't, I feel like the damage that he's going to do on the black, or even like Latino community, is going to keep on going for years. uh he he might, I mean, um I feel like he might, he might get in trouble, like, because a lot of people, they're looking for ways to make sure that he doesn't gain power anymore. But the problem is he already has it, and he intends to use it in the worst way possible, because he doesn't care about consequences. He cares about satisfying one group, or one section of society. And unfortunately, it's the section of society that wants to take people like back hundreds and hundreds of years, um and not build on the little progress that has been here. I mean, like, as an African, like, I get to understand, s- you know issues like slavery, on not on the fringes, but at least the way I understand it is not as complete as somebody who is coming from the background of slavery. But the common thing here is that, as all people of dark colors, and if we're just going to talk in reference to, like, the last president, Trump. He talked about his African American, somebody who was just in there, in at his rally. And he talked about countries like, African countries as, very, very, very poor, dead. Well, poverty is there. Like, there's poverty everywhere. I can drive like 20, 30 minutes out of here, and somebody is living, or not even that far away. People are living miserable lives, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be mean. But it's his politics, and that's now the cornerstone of American politics, being more mean, and defend even the indefensible. Uh, for years, people have stopped defending, um, you know, Confederate flag. Like, at least they were not doing it the way they're doing it now. So he's just inflaming the politics and making things a little bit harder or difficult for groups that have been fighting, to gain, just before even, like, let's say, reparations, like Mr. Warren was talking about, just good, fair equality. It's not even there. So even like trying to get to reparations is going to take a little bit more, because they're not even willing to do the basic, which is just say the system is not created equally for everybody. So yeah, I don't have a lot of, unless if you guys have like questions, and I would have gone like into like my experience with, you know like, I love politics. Well, I love also, like, literature. So, like, I have a good um love for, especially like the Black American and Caribbean American literature, and and experiences. I feel like ever since I was young, I would try to even, like, you know uh what do you call it, like, get all the poems in my head by Langston Hughes, and all the old poems, even like people like E. E. Cummings. So that's something that I'm passionate about, besides, just politics in general.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you feel about the love of America for the people who claim to be Americans?
I don't think it's more of the love that they have for America, but it's it's the love for it's all defined by history. Like, we our their grand folks used to own these or these parts of the land, and the more the, the nation becomes more mixed, you have more like kids being born and going to school right now that are that are not tradition more that are not Caucasian, that are not white. So the love that they talk about is the love of a history or a past where they could just plunder and use people. That's what they want to hang on to, and they think that they are losing that, and also losing kind of like the potential future. So it's not really like, you cannot say you love a country and you do not love the people that were born here, the indigenous people, let alone the black people that were enslaved and they worked for you for hundreds of years. You do not like those people. The people that you took maybe land from, like, parts of Texas and a good part of, uh uh those are land that's land that were taken from, let's say, the Mexicans. So there's a whole bunch of group of people that you do not like, but that are at the center of your culture or your country. But so it's not necessarily like the love of the country, because if they did love the country as a whole, they would be able to appreciate even the recent immigrant. It's not like, like myself. um I've seen, or I've discovered, like, more people that come in here that are new here, that have got an appreciation of the place. I do like being here. I appreciate being here. um but also, I guess there's more passion maybe in how I see American politics than those people that are jumping up and down saying, "Oh, we love this place more than anything. That's why we do not want this person, or we do not. Well, that's why we want, like 20, 100 like
Mm.
cops like in the
Were,
streets."
were you
So
in Africa when Nelson Mandela was freed?
yes, I was
Okay.
young though. I was very young. I think I was 10 years old.
Hmm. Did
Hmm.
you see any differences?
Um, there were some differences. So, like, because with South African, like, politics in particular, it was like a few, like, not unlike here, but it was just like, just take the situation here, like in the United States, where, like, let's say the black people would just be controlling everything, even though in terms of population they are fewer. That's what it was in South Africa. And when Nelson Mandela came in, that part changed, like, in terms of politics. But what didn't change is, like, who owned businesses. So, like, even though the politics was flipped, the people that still had money, that still own businesses. Well, for example, the one of the richest guys right now, I can say, like, he got his money to start the business. The guy who owns Tesla, Elon Musk, his parents work, like, in diamond mines in South Africa. He's South African, and that's how he got his money to start. All he started it together with, like, the government coming in and helping him. So you have people like that, making and excelling. But, like, the better half of South African society, I think they still have issues right now that still they have to
Mm.
to fix.
So
but
that's
but
go
but
ahead.
in terms of just the feeling, the experience of him getting freed, because that was considered one of the last actions of changing the whole African politics, taking away every colonizer out. That when Nelson Mandela was freed, 1994. uh yeah, that's when people were saying, now we have taken every colonizer out. But obviously, in terms of the means, it's still controlled by the minority.
Now I see a lot of China investments in Africa. And one of the things that I see is that they are venturing out into the wild, into the smaller villages, and they're exploiting the people. It seems to me that they are out there, you know, disrespecting the cultures, exploiting the people, treating them not as equals, but
Mhm.
as uh, things that they can see, outside in the wild. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't like what I see.
yeah. I think that's the problem with I guess like current international politics. It's like what has been happening is like I know like for part of my doctoral thesis, um, it was on the loans that China was they were giving to African countries and see if they had any kind of like better economic impact. And I think the Chinese problem in Africa is a little bit complicated because what happened is like all these countries have been trying to get loans so that they could develop their economies, and they couldn't get like through past the IMF, past the World Bank. And here comes China after it started developing, and they came in with loans that didn't require them to work for like 20 years, until you get a loan. Then after that, the technology has changed, a whole lot of change, so you have to go through the process again. So China started giving Africans these loans like right there, like you want money for this, you want money to do that, then you go do it. But the problem with that whole philosophy where China doesn't look at human rights, it also helped bring even like some of the bad elements from the Chinese societies like coming in, because the doors were open. You know, the African governments need the money from China because let's say the US or the British, they're not willing to give them the money. They're just constraints. It's just like the same way like as a black person would have like trouble getting money like from a bank right here, if
Mhm.
you want to start a business.
Yeah.
So
Speaking, I don't mean to cut you, but speaking like about money,
mhm.
this is an area I really want us to take the next 15 minutes into. And
Uh-huh.
we just got to shift gears. I want to cover a few things before we get off the air.
Okay.
And it is the sellout to name brands in America. And this is something you and I had a conversation about, like the Gucci's, the I don't even know half of them. The Tommy Hilfigers, the
Mhm.
Jordan. See, I'm so far back. I'm on those Jordache jeans
Yeah.
back in the 1980s and shit. So those kind of things are something that I see, and I see black people wanting to spend a lot of money on these things. But
Mm.
what is your outlook on those type of
I,
areas?
I mean, I feel like we all like nice things, isn't it? Yeah, like yeah, I would want to drive a Tesla if I could, and and just charge my car and go wherever. Um, um, but I think there's a cultural element that needs maybe to change in terms of like what people consider or value as critical and important. Because if you as you have said, if you have like you're going to have like rims like that cost like $1,000, and then you neglect like, maybe the place where you live, then that means that your priorities they're set wrong. um and I personally I feel like it, it, the let's say the culture that we have right now is set in a way where like when you listen to the music, or when you watch the TV, that's all the stuff that is out there. And I feel like people now, to get some kind of identity that is modern, like so that you can just look like everybody else, people are going and spending a lot of money on stuff that they do not need. You there's I mean maybe it boosts your your self-esteem for a second, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to go and work more and do more to actually cover for that hole that was created by those designer things that bring little value. Because the second you buy it, it's not like it's not like a house you're paying into it and then there's gonna be money that you can get out of it. If you buy a new jacket, it's the second you take it out of the shop and you wait 2 or 3 times, the value has gone down. It doesn't go up. It's not an asset. um, and so you have more of those things that you're accumulating whose value is just going down. But that's what sets some in some corners of society up apart from the others, because while you're busy like getting a one designer shirt every month and having that value go down, and even like you give it away or you sell it for less, somebody else is putting their money into some hidden stock market somewhere, because they know where that money is going. So they might be wearing like stuff from the Gap, but their money is making money, and them making money is gonna make more money before you know it. you know Obviously you're not going to get rich by just not buying Gucci. You have to you have to work somewhere else to put a lot of things together. um but I mean, it's a tricky thing. We want to look
Yeah.
good, but we want to be current and whatever, but sacrifice more.
It is the conditioning of Black America is what I observe all the time. I
Hmm.
mean, the TV, the commercials, the way they do the commercials.
Yeah.
I mean, they make it enticing and wanting, and they start with the children. I
Yeah.
mean, look how crazy kids went for McDonald's. I
Yep.
mean, every kid in America know what McDonald's is, and
Yep.
every kid in America probably done had a Happy Meal from McDonald's.
Yep.
That's conditioning, and it's conditioning of the people with disposable incomes.
Yep.
And most of the time, it's not disposable income; it's income that we need to
Hmm.
be focused on investments and things that would keep
Hmm.
us afloat. We got
Yeah.
to stop giving our monies to these Burger Kings, these Wendy's,
Yeah. Yep.
these fast food restaurants that giving us poor quality food. I mean, if you can do a hamburger and a order of fries from McDonald's and still eat it 25 years from now because you forgot and left it in the closet, something wrong with that picture. I got a brother named Wes. You know,
Hmm.
my brother Wes, he probably eat it too. So,
Hmm.
all I'm saying is you got to stop putting that stuff on there. Nita, I hope you didn't tell him I said that. But
Oh.
anyway, you got to stop putting your money in all these things. If you're driving by McDonald's and you got $10, $20 in your pocket, you don't
Mhm.
just have to stop by there and spend it all on that bull crap food. Go home and cook your hamburger.
Yeah.
Go get you a pack of buns and some damn lettuce and tomatoes and onions and mustard and mayonnaise and go home. Cook you a mushroom burger, saute you some mushrooms with them onions and put it on there. So basically, all I'm saying is we got to get back to cooking at home and stop allowing these people to feed us all kind of bullshit. I had a dream. I think it was yesterday or the day before that I
Mhm.
bought some mac and cheese some damn where, and I had a string of hair that looked like a damn cow hair in it, about a foot long. And that was a dream, though. I said, so should I tell me don't eat out anymore?
Yeah.
And they showing us the videos of these places. Like, I don't know if you saw the one in Popeyes, Lawrence,
Yeah.
where these rats was so damn big and they were just going up the
Yeah.
pipe
Yeah. I
into
saw
the
I saw
ceiling.
that video. Yeah.
That and they're gonna fire the damn manager of the store. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah. That
I
doesn't
mean,
change
it's
anything.
still gonna have rats in there. But then, and then they showed how the grease is old. And
Mhm.
and I was up there. I told Kayla about it. I
Mhm.
ate at damn Long John Silver's over there
Yeah.
by the place. And man, I'm surprised I wasn't throwing up before I got out the place. I got that damn fish was soaked in grease, and the fries was nasty. Everything was tore up, except for the
Oh,
root beer was good. That was a root beer soda. But my point is, we got to stop letting these commercials and these people condition us
yeah,
to do these things, because it's not what we should be doing. It's killing us. And that's
yeah,
what they want us to do, is to kill us. You know,
yeah.
we got 5 or 6 kids at home. We want to get them something quick. Go home and boil some damn ramen noodles before you go spend $30 at McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah.
You know, you can spend $1 and feed 4 kids. A pack of noodles is what, 25 cents?
Yeah.
So you can feed them all off of that, and a pack of 98-cent hot dogs, even though we know that's some damn mixed up meat, and it
Yeah.
might have flies and roaches and everything else in it, but you don't taste the flies and roaches, though. You taste
Yeah.
the flavor. Anyway, back to what I wanted to close on today
Yeah.
is that what is it that makes our American men that are profitable, that are rich, and probably even millionaires decide to go and do things that really take the nuts away? I mean, they're no longer men. You know, for you to go out and do something like that, Monica's going to show us some of the people that we're talking about. If you look right here, you see Madea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Madea, everybody knows that that's Tyler Perry, and you
Mm-hmm.
know it's a laugh. She or he does it for the laugh, but
Mm-hmm.
the fact of the matter is, you have chosen to turn yourself into a woman to
Mm-hmm.
get a laugh. Oh my goodness! And then here's Shanae. Look at that. That's Martin Lawrence, and we know that these people do this kind of stuff, and this is the kind of stuff that really make us look like we ain't about shit as black men. When we
Mm-hmm.
stoop ourselves to a level to get more fans and more laughs by portraying ourselves as a woman than we do as a man. I mean, there's no way that these portrays. Look at that. Now we know who did the Whining brothers.
Mm-hmm.
How can they really put themselves in a position where this is where they really want to be? I mean, money is good, but let's ask Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, who the hell is this? Is Martin again in Big Mama's house? See, it's money in it. Now Martin Lawrence getting richer than a mofo doing this kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
damn, man, look what you're doing to our American culture. And now this dude here, Terry, I can't think of his last name, but Terry is a bad dude, man. He's a bodybuilder. He's been in the Expendable movies.
Mm-hmm.
And look at him right now with rollers in his head and a mustache. I mean, our black men ought to have a little more of a courage and respect for themselves. I mean, even on Halloween, I would not dress up to be in woman clothes. Michael Jackson never dressed up to be in women clothing, you know. And we all would always say how feminine he was. But now there's a problem with women bathrooms and men bathrooms and all other bathrooms, and men getting on the women track team and running and winning every damn race and coming home with the gold medals. I mean, women can dress like men and do what they do, but when it comes to, I'm a man, I'm speaking on men. I can't speak on the women level that hard. But
Mm-hmm.
when men dress like women and then they don't want to use the women's bathroom, I got a problem with that, because I'm not going to allow my daughter going into no bathroom where there's a possibility that some men's going to go up in there. Whether you damn wearing a dress or a bikini or not, you ain't going in the bathroom with my daughter. And that's the kind of how I feel about it. You know, I ain't got no problem with you wanting to be a woman. You can be whatever you want to be. This is America. But I got a right to not allow you to infringe your beliefs on my lifestyle and my
Yeah.
family's lifestyle. So I'm not going to have that. So that's kind of the stuff I wanted to talk about. We're not going to forget about Jamie Foxx and I can't even think of the woman he played, and Wesley Snipes. All these guys doing all this stuff. So, I mean, you have so many different beliefs in America. You have the
Yeah.
LGBTQ. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. I only want to say that certain men ought to have the decency and the respect for black men to stay black men. We have hard enough time trying ourselves to get established anyway in this American country. We can't even get ourselves established before you go out and selling your soul to the devil and looking like a who know what. And then you out there running track with all these women and you beating the damn stink out of them. You ain't got no damn business on the track with women trying to run against them. That's just bad for me, and it's bad for you too. But with that, Lawrence, I want to say thank you so much for coming out today. And in closing, I want to give you the last word. Go ahead and say what you want to say in closing.
Well, I don't have much to say. I've said most of it, but I want to say thank you for bringing me on to the show, and to discuss all these I mean, like, very, very important topics. Then you never know like what helps things out, and this is one of the things you can do. You can just talk it out and see if you can find solutions. So I appreciate you bringing me on. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lawrence, for coming in. And I'm going to let the show go with some music and let you hear what we're going to talk about for next week.
Dang. Got me, so I can make it juicy for ya. It's Young Wayne on the O's, aka Mr. Mickey Rain on the O's. Your money, got me, so I can make it for ya. Got me, so I can make it. So I can make it for ya. Take it for ya. So I can make it for ya. I will never stop, like I'm running from the cops. Fuck these bitches niggas, how y'all doing? I'm the coach, I'm a nuisance, I go stupid, I go dumb like the police do. I don't eat sushi, I'm the shit, no, I'm pollution, no substitution. A bitch that flaking movies and I just lose it, pussy to fit. I will never stop, like I'm running from the cops. I will never stop, like I'm running from the cops. I will never stop, like I'm running from the cops. Life is such a fucking roller coaster, good and true. I'm a millionaire, I'm a young millionaire. That's it, won't be away. Life is such a fucking roller. Life is such a fucking roller. Life is such a fucking roller coaster. Billy drops, 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 motherfucker, I'm sick. Even when my thoughts seem dark, peace, dog. I'm a motherfucking problem. You can't kill me on the mic, I'm a goblin. I'm a chopper, gonna cut them like a shotgun. I'm a cookie, a plopper with the cookie, chopper. Do what I do, and you do what you can do about it. Dang, it's nostalgia. All I do is
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining me on the Black News Network, This is the War Report, part of the Real Voice of Military City, USA, bringing you the news from a Black perspective. I do not own the rights to the music, but I do own the rights to what I say. And I say thank you for joining us today on our broadcast. Hear us again on Thursday at 7 o'clock with next week's titles, and we will have some good information for you then too. Have a great day and enjoy this Sunday and a better day tomorrow.